solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time it's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. I want. Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want. I want. Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. Ooh, I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat? Good afternoon, pussycats. And a damn fine afternoon it is. You know why I'm late? Why I had to push this live back an hour? It was scheduled for 12. Well, that would be because quite naturally at about 11:45, I had a phone call telling me that your bed is going to be delivered in a half hour. I was like, yes. And as I was busy running around doing the happy dance, I thought, well, if they're here exactly in 30 minutes, I still need to leave like a little bit of a window. And I timed it perfectly, you guys, because they just left maybe 15 minutes ago. Oh God, I cannot wait to sleep on that mattress. I said, do I have to have a tutorial for the frame, the adjustable frame? And the guy looked at me and was like, no, I think you'll be able to figure it out. But it did have a lot of I looked at it, I was like, well, what's that one? And then he wanted me to sign because my husband is presently at Sebring. It's what do they call that? 24 hours of no, it's not 24 hours because he'll be home tonight. Formula One. It's a yearly event here in Florida. People come from all over the country for this. And what's funny is it's in this little podunk town called Sebring. And I think Sebring's sole purpose for existence is to host this race. So I thought, you know what? Since I have to sign off that everything's A-okay, I said, you know what? Let's just make sure that this bed is doing everything it's supposed to do. So My God, it even has massage. I was like, what? I didn't even know that. And I'm thinking, are we talking like at the nail spa, the chairs? Because I hate those. Yeah, that's probably something I will never use. But it is so new that I haven't even. It's funny. My sister-in-law just sent me a text, and she's with my husband, and I texted her. I said, the bed is all set up. They just left. These guys were so nice, which is why I tipped them all nicely, because the bed frame was already there. And I said, oh, you know what? This mattress or this big rug that's like 9.5 by 13. I said, I think it needs to go under the frame. Can you guys do that for me? And of course I smiled. And they were very accommodating, and they did just that. And of course I'm sitting back looking at it, and I'm like, I think just maybe to the left, just like a quarter of an inch. And the one guy would do it just right, and the other guy, he'd like way overshoot it on his end. So then I was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I hate to ask, but can you just go back that way? So I'm happy to report. I cannot wait. I haven't been in my room in like 2 weeks. My God, maybe longer now. I think about 2 weeks. I am psyched for that. So something else I'm psyched for. Then I'm going to say hi to the kids in class. No, not what you think. Although that's going to be fun because I'm a little out of practice. Gotta 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 keep them separated. Um, Well, I'm celebrating. Number one, it's Saturday, and it's just a damn. I mean, I'm alive. Another day here on this side of the other side. I hope. Um. So there's that. I've got a fabulous new bed. There's that, and you know, I saw this at the grocery store the other day. I always try and keep like White Claw, or High Noon is the one I typically keep. Uh, but we ran out. And the holidays are coming up, Easter, and I'm hosting. Who does that? Like, what dumbass says, "Oh, I'll do Easter." Yeah, just don't worry about those boxes and boxes of flooring piled up in the dining room. Oh, just go ahead and sit on the boxes. That will they double as chairs. Not my, it's been a thing. But so yes, with holidays coming up and me hosting for um well, we're going to have 12 is a given. 18 is highly probable. So I thought, well, you know what? All of that, y'all, I cannot believe how many companies are making, what is it called? I don't know, like hard seltzer. Um Is that what you call White Claw? Would you call it? Is it seltzer? All right. So I'm a big fan of grape. I'm sure that comes as a big surprise. And very few that I've tried have grape. I think, does White Claw? No, they do like a blackberry, which is fine, but I love grape. So today we're going to do a taste test, kids, on a new product. I guess it's new. Hell, I don't know. It's new to me. So yes, I'm going to do some daytime drinking. So that'll be fun. Happy Dad seltzer. Okay. Hard seltzer. Okay. First of all, Happy Dad. I have never tasted this product. I can't wait. My initial thoughts. And I'm always puzzled when companies do this. Um the name. I don't get it. I mean, I can come up with reasons for it, like when you're at a sporting event and you have some hard seltzer, it makes you a happy dad. So yes, while I think the name is stupid, um, two things got me. Number one, it's grape. And number two, wait for it, Death Row Records. Not only is this grape, I guess Suge is making he's not just making toilet prison wine. He's he is endorsing Happy Dad hard seltzer, the Death Row Records edition. So I'm like, well, damn. I mean, how bad could it be? Okay, so it says 5% alcohol. Is that a lot? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I would imagine it's like all the other ones. I can't wait. All right, so I got my ice all ready. This is a throwback day. We're going to have a little bit of old Betty's Dumbass. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Rock on. A little bit of new. Borrowed. What can I say is borrowed? Well, this isn't a wedding, so who cares? And blue pen. Blue, never mind. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So you're going to get my reel. Oh, yes, and look, as I was in my travels yesterday, I have a friend who has a fantastic boutique, and I just happened to be in the neighborhood the other day, so I stopped in. And imagine my surprise when I saw this hat. I said, I need that. Yes, I do. Yes, so I can play Queen Bee Simp. I saw that somewhere. How funny is that? Y'all, is there a distinction? I think some of y'all are like, y'all do realize that there is a distinction, at least in my mind. But call me whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. But there is a distinction to be made between like a simp. I actually had to ask my husband what that meant. That was a while back. But there's a distinction to be made between being a simp, being a friend, and probably the place that most of us exist in the middle, which is everything in between, maybe a little of both. Hell, I don't know. But yeah, when I saw this hat, oh, y'all might remember. Do you remember when I did my Britney Spears knife dance and I wore that hat? It said kinky on it, and it had what I thought was a sloth, but it turns out it's called a kinkajou. Same brand. It's called The Farm, and they take animals and they put them on hats. I mean, they do other things too, but and then they make cute little slogans out of them. So yes, I saw this and I said, I'm going to need that hat. And I know just what I'm going to do with it. I wear hats all the time, but all right, let's get this happy dad show started. Let's see if this makes me happy what? Happy simp? Oh, happy mom, happy wife, happy employed person, happy friend. Oh, I find all kinds of things to be happy about. Some of y'all should take a damn page out of my book. Because I tell you what, there are some miserable mofos running around this place. My God in heaven. I've never seen so many people oh God. Some of y'all, I swear to God, fighting and conflict, that is like your It's your oxygen. I don't know what some of you would do without it. All right, here we go. Raw reaction. Happy Dad hard seltzer. The Death Row Records grape. You know, I like it. You know what's really interesting is it absolutely tastes exactly like grape soda, Fanta, knee high, but it's not sweet. And it's so wild because I'm sitting here and, much like fine wine, you have to decant it. And well, of course, I didn't decant, um, and then you want to swirl it. And ideally, you want to swish it around in your mouth and then you spit a little bit of it out. Like I'm blown away by how it absolutely tastes like grape soda, but it's not sweet. It's wild. I think it's Crimes and Fashion approved. We'll see. Well, the real test will be is if I feel compelled to, depending on how long I'm in here. I don't know if I feel compelled to get up and get another one. I doubt it. Well, and yeah, I'm not going to wear this hat for the whole live stream, but cuz I'm actually having I'm having a pretty good hair day today, and in Florida, we don't get many of those. So I thought, you know what? Why take a good hair day and cover it all up? So I am going to wear it for a little bit, but then it's coming off. There'll be plenty of days when I'll need a baseball hat. Yeah, it's kind of weird today. We're at that place in Florida where we have this little tiny window where it's just beautiful outside. It's the temperatures are rising, but it's not hot. And it's not humid yet. But I can tell that those days are rapidly ending. Oh, I have more good news. Do y'all remember I told you that I thought I might have finally met the pair of shoes that I could not conquer? Well, I'm not a quitter. Okay? And I'm quite proud to report that I have conquered them and I'm wearing them. Let's see if I can do this. Can you see them? They are Saint Laurent giant platform wedges. They're actually really comfortable, but they're so thin, like where your arch is, just a little further back from the ball of your foot. They are so thin there that I don't know how anybody who didn't have incredibly narrow feet could wear these. I've got really narrow feet and a super high arch, but yeah, I don't. I don't know if I'm ready to take these. I don't know if we're going on a field trip yet. I've just gotten them broken in around the house. I decided that these would be great shoes to do my Saturday cleanup in. What's funny? I never even at no point was I in danger of falling in these. But those damn fuzzy things from Temu that I showed you guys, I have got to stop wearing those. Truthfully, I need to throw them in the garbage because they're so comfortable and they're so cute, but I can't walk in them. I don't think anybody can walk in them. Your foot just slides so far forward because of the insole. It's the craziest thing. It's almost like a chamois. It's like that fake suede. Yeah, I have I couldn't tell you how many times I'm walking along and just and they're so I don't even know how to describe it, but when you slightly come off of it on one side, it's bad because of the way the shoe's constructed. I just know And I'm a dumbass. And I guess I don't have enough willpower to look at them and go, yes, I know. I know it was good while it lasted. Yeah. Yes. You're going to make somebody really happy. But I've never broken a bone in my life. And I'm really not looking to start now. So I need to send you to the landfill. Because I know I'll just keep wearing them. Because, it's not going to happen to me. It will. Okay. Let me say hi to the kids in class real quick. And then we're going to get this shit show started. Hey, Fairy Meadows, how are you? It's nice to see you. Seeker, happy Saturday. Crazy Nurse in the house. Hey, girl, how are you? I hope I have these emails in the correct order. I just reversed them like you told me they were. But just because you gave me the right information does not mean I did it correctly. So maybe we can follow along with the class. And if I guess it'll become apparent rather quickly if I'm in the wrong order. But I mean, let's face it. Look who we're talking about. Does it fucking matter? No. I mean, if I have her insane sounding emails in the wrong order, does it really matter? Because I don't think anything up here is in the right order either. So it really doesn't. Do you like my Temu bracelets? I actually really like these. They're kind of like those Cartier eternity rings. No, they're not eternity rings. I just call them rolling rings. They're like a Cartier staple. They carry them always. And you can get them. You can get gold, silver, platinum, rose gold, 2 rings, 3 rings, thick, thin. These cost like, 47 cents a piece. I really like them. And I didn't think I didn't plan on wearing them 2 at a time. But when I put one on, I was like, you know what? I think I need 2. Hey, Amethyst Moon, how are you? All right, kids, I'm running. Hi, Pink Stripe. Hey, Running Bear. We meet again. Hi, Tia. Kathy P in the house. How are you? Kathy, I was listening to, I don't know if it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. One of your littles they were diving in the pool. I was listening going, oh, I miss those days. Oh, that's Seeker. I thought it said Sugar. No, Running Bear, you didn't. You didn't. Yeah, you weren't here when I went through all that. No, that's not it. I took, first of all, I had way too many. I took all of them and it was a whole thing. You weren't even present when any of the events happened, but let's just suffice it to say it was a whole big thing. And rather than I was not going to accuse one person of anything, I just, that was the only thing I thought I could do. But if you will email me, I will, I'll fill you in. What I really would have liked to have done was personally reach out to every single person, because I've had it happen to me where a wrench disappears and there's no explanation ever given. And I know I didn't appreciate that. And I certainly didn't want to do that to anyone. But it just wasn't something I could do. I just couldn't reach out to every single person individually. But if you will email me, I would be happy to. We'll talk about it. But you didn't do anything. I assure you. Just like when you're in school, there's always one kid who ruins it for all the other kids in the class. And I had a lot of mods that, you know, it's the YouTube learning curve. When you're new, you know, and I still listen, you guys. If I give you a wrench, it's not because I am thinking I'm hiring the corporate board of directors of, Wrench City. No, it's strictly because I like you, because and Running Bear, I know you were here like OG days. So, but will you email me? Because I don't want to make everybody sit through my spiel. I'd rather just talk to you personally. Hey Ange, how are ya? You're excited? Good, I'm glad. Hey Glory. There needs to be some kind of positive side effect from her. So if this can be it, perfect. Hey Rowdy, how you doing? Hi little Minx. Tattooed Birdie. Happy Saturday. That Kells. Thanks. You like the hat? I tell you what, not all trucker hats do I like. This brand, The Farm, I love theirs. I have a small bucket, so they fit my head pretty good. It's just one of those snapback. Now I can't remember. Somebody told me the difference between the trucker hat, what's the other kind called? Snapback. This is a snapback, I think. Shit, I don't know. But thank you. Hey, Kate Kanuga, how you doing? Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Oh, bowling. My God, I love bowling. I'm the worst bowler on earth. I make them put the bumpers up. My high score in bowling, I think, is 17. But it's damn fun doing it. But I am possibly the worst bowler alive, worse than any elementary school child. Hey, Montana Jade, how you doing? World Peas, how are you? Oh, Christina from Flint. Well, welcome. That was very sweet of you. I hope you like it here. Hey, Boots and Bourbon, how you doing? Georgia, Georgia, are you the Georgia from last night? Didn't I see you at Morbid's? Was that you? Maybe it was Georgina. I think it was Georgia. Oh my God, you guys! I forgot to tell you. Hey, B Tim, I got a. Do y'all remember when I made that big joke about my husband getting a napalm? He called it a napalm bagel. He did the cinnamon crunch bagel from Panera. Put it in the toaster, took it out, didn't realize that all that sugar on top, that the toaster was so hot, and I was like, "Oh my God, he still cries about that thing." Well, guess what? Guess what my karma was? Can you see that? It's hard to see. The entire pad of my finger, that is a giant blister bubble. I got a Pop-Tart napalm burn last night. Woo! Let me tell you something. That shit hurt so bad. And it's a new toaster, so I didn't realize how hot it was. I went to, just pull it out by the corner, and it wasn't from the filling. It was from the frosting and the like sprinkled sugar on the top. When I tell you that shit was so hot, it stuck to my finger and I could not get it off. I ran to the sink, immediately put it under cold water. I had to keep my hand in a glass. Well, I started with a little gel pack that they always insist on giving me when they give me Botox. I'm like, bitch, I am a frequent flyer. Okay. I do not need numbing. I do not need the ice pads. Save them from someone who does. So I started with that. I told my husband, that's not working. Give me a bag of corn or something. Nope, that was too cold. Kept it under the sink. Well, I couldn't just stand under the sink for an hour. So ended up First, I put my finger in like a plastic glass so I could hold it, hold it like that and dunk my index finger in. Then I got just the right height, which incidentally was a wine glass. So yes, I have now experienced my own napalm toaster burn from a Pop Tart, and it is no joke. So yeah, that's ooh. I mean, the entire all of that is just one giant blister, and it hurts. Okay, so 5% is basic beer. Okay. Oh, I think Georgia, wasn't you the one who told me in Morbits last night I was the biggest loser on YouTube? Was that you? And I don't know if you saw my reply or not, but I said, "Thanks, Georgia. I love you too." I mean, you're welcome to stay. I don't know, like I just always wonder what's that about? Did I do something? Do you just like hate me in general, or did I do something to you? Cuz I don't think I know you. But whatever, as long as you're semi respectful, you can hang out and tell me what an asshole I am. It's okay. Hey, Stitching, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh hell, Snoop owns Death Row now. Well, I was wondering. I was like, damn, Suge is indisposed for what I think is the rest of his life, isn't he? Damn, he straight up ran that dude over. Do not fuck with Suge Knight. Oh. Okay, well, whenever y'all get tired of Georgia in the chat, you can bounce her. But like, I don't care. She can let her get it out. Girl, I'm sorry you don't have anything better to do on Saturday than come and spend time telling me how much you hate me. But I'm happy to, I'm happy to try and do whatever I can to make your day a little better. Hey, Pecan Pie, how are you? Oh God, are you going there? I said I have cheetah print Crocs. Here's my honest opinion on them. I find that they make your feet sweat. They look like the shoes that Snow White's Seven Dwarfs wear. I do, however, find them to be fairly comfortable. Like if I'm got a holiday meal to cook, I will wear them. I don't really wear them out in public anywhere. The Cloudies are what I really love. But yes, I do own Crocs. I do not put the little gibbets in them. That I draw the line at the gibbets. That's it. Nope, not doing that. But yeah, I mean, they're not my go-to, but I did finally break down and buy a pair years and years ago because I remember I had a big what was it? Some holiday. And I thought, damn, I'm going to be on my kitchen floor for hours. And I have back and neck issues. So I thought, well, damn, I think chefs are the ones who really made the Crocs big. So I thought, well, damn, if Mario Batali, he lived in a neon orange pair of Crocs. That's like whenever I hear Mario Batali, that's what I think. By the way, if you're ever in Vegas, is it his restaurant? In the Venetian. Is it Batali? It's one of the TV chefs, has a fantastic Italian restaurant. KB, do you like the Crocs? Are you a fan of the Crocs? Hey, Fairy Dust, how you doing? Hey, Queen Bee. Y'all know I'm always way damn behind in this chat. I suck at this, as I'm sure Georgia would tell you. Hey, Clancy, how are you? Hi, Brittany. I asked my husband what it, Georgia, girl, get your listening ears on. I asked my husband a ways back. The first time I ever heard the term simp. See, because I don't live my whole life on YouTube. But the first time I heard it, I was like, what the hell is a simp? I figured it was like short for a simpleton. And let me tell you something, Georgia. You may think I'm the worst bitch on earth, but there's nobody who's ever going to call me a simpleton. That's for certain. Aren't I lucky that I have a husband that I can ask like anything? Yeah, he's my ride or die. Hey, GMA, how are you? GMA AF. All right, y'all, I'm running. Hi, Glory. Running. Hi, Glenda. I've been seeing a lot of bee stuff lately. Hi, Corinne. How are you? Southern Mimi. How you doing? Hey, Mama Bear. I appreciate that. Hey, Heather B. Beachy. Hi, happy life. Damn, I'm glad somebody's happy in this mofo. Besides me. Hey, Heels, how you doing? Girl, we gotta do that. We gotta do the TikTok deal. So we can laugh. Well, we're gonna laugh a little bit here. Hi, T Berry. Hey, Laura Lee. Oh no, listen. Fake tan. All the years I have been tanning, fake tanning. I have never, ever been able to perfect hands or feet. Any place where your skin is really thin, it just grabs the color, and I have never been able to master it. So, like most things, it's kind of like, well, you take the good, you take the bad. The bad for me is looking like I have, scurvy or some equally blah thing on my hands and feet most of the time. Hey, Gen X Granny, how are you? Oh, you don't have to lurk. Come on in. All right. Hi, Ducking Fox. Just a YouTuber. Happy Saturday. Hi, Spudler. All right. We're almost there. Hi, Monica. How are you? Chronicles of the Oblivious. How are you? Hi, Fit and Curvy. Hey, that girl. KCG, how are you? Hi, Beverly. Am I the only one who gets weirded out when... Do you know? Hey, Paisley Park, how are you? Hi, Emily. Hi, Ash. I can't be the only one who... Hey, JP, how you doing? Branson girl, how are you? JP, I think you might recognize that name. Hey, Bodie. All right, y'all, if I missed anybody, I apologize, and I will say hello when I'm done reading. Okay. I hope these are in the right order. But like I said, doesn't really matter. Hey, Skipped and my Lou. Okay. Oh, gotta remember not to touch my napalm finger. I cannot be the only person. Do you know that whenever we get anything here, whether it's pizza or a delivery, somebody knocks on the door we're not expecting, if my husband is here, I will never go to the door. Never. I just have this weird thing. Maybe it's too much true crime. I like those guys that delivered that bed, super nice as can be. But I still like as soon as I close the door, I sit back and I'm thinking, oh God, what if one of them was like some weird, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so more fun with Betty. Yeah, I haven't been you see, Betty is someone that just pisses me off. And I've gotten to the point where I can only take her in small doses. Um I but when I heard the latest shenanigans. So let me make sure I understand this. Betty was at the Manatee County Commissioners meeting doing, and I'm like, damn girl, you took a bus or you were gonna take a bus to go to a meeting where I'm sure most of the people there hate your guts. Yeah, that like I oh boy, I have put less dedication into a straight up like extended family members, well, a shower, bridal baby, all those things. Yeah. So to think that she would put forth that much effort, because guess what? There is nothing that that dumb bitch says as she's up there swaying like a bull in a chute, waiting for the cowboy to jump on and take a ride. Uh, I mean, it would be one thing if anything you said or did was going to affect some kind of change one way or the other. It's not. So, like, I do not get it. I don't get it. But I don't get a lot of things. So I'll just add that to the list. Um, so she blew off the case management conference to go have 30 seconds of fame at the Manatee County Commissioners meeting. Yeah, that sounds about right. But when I consider that this is a woman that I've started referring to her car as her house car. Because I guess it's multi-function. I mean, I've heard of that with like travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes. I get all that. A crossover SUV type of deal, that's a new one. It, it and and as a woman alone, I won't even answer the damn door to get a pizza. I make my husband do it because I don't want. And I'm sorry. I just think that's, it may be a little over the top, but for me, like, you don't know. Look at all the shit we see every day. You have no idea who's knocking on the door to, hand you your extra large with sausage, onion, and green pepper on it. Like, you don't know who they are. And who knows? I just, I cannot imagine being a woman alone and sleeping in your car at a political rally. Like, I just, hey, Nanny. Okay. Well, so sorry guys, my neck is killing me. That's why I keep doing one of these. So she blew off her case management, and I realized that this is civil court. Could the judge hold her in contempt? Sure, he could. Is he going to? No. But it doesn't exactly point to how invested and serious you take your supposed case. I would submit that she knows. Well, no, sorry. I was going to say she knows that she knows nothing. But no, that's not true. She thinks she knows everything. We all know she knows nothing. So I've always been of the opinion that this has never been anything more than some type of vindictive, punitive mission that she's been on because somebody dared to, number one, point out her bullshit. And hey, Tennille. And number two, when she said, "You better stop because I'm Bullhorn Betty." What she didn't bank on is having to go toe to toe with someone who actually knows what they're talking about. That's what she did not bank on. She thought that she had picked an easy mark who would bend to her will because she said to. Well, we see where that got her. And like all bullshitters, it just depends on how invested they are in the grift. Like that was a great movie, by the way, back in, was it the early to mid 90s? I think it was John Cusack, Angelica Houston, and it was called The Grifters. And it was a mother and a son team, and they just went around the country grifting. This is a story as old as time. This lovely app and the rise of the internet and social media has just given these people a much wider reach. They used to have to panhandle in front of stores, intersections, crosswalks, parks. They don't have to do that anymore. And the more dedicated they are to the grift, and trust me, if you don't think that she knows the outcome, I assure you she does. She knows that she does not have a snowball's chance in hell. And how you know that is the fact that she didn't go to that Zoom meeting. And that stupid bitch can say all day long, "I thought it was the following day." It's like, honey, just because you're fucking dumb as, well, actually, sorry, I know. Yeah. Listen, nobody gets everything. You got great lips and you're cute as can be. It's not your fault that you're a little deficient in the IQ department. She is too. And she's not nice and she ain't cute. Back to what I was saying. Yeah. She knows the jig is about up. And that's why she didn't go to that meeting. And she's already, I'm sure, hey, France, concocting some bullshit excuse about why she wasn't there. I think the goal all along has been to do exactly what she has been doing. Cost Queen Bee money. And, it's just unfortunate that so many people, hi Woodstock. We're all guilty of this to some degree. But let's think about this. Anybody who, hell, I was going to say as a creator, but I think in light of people like her, I'm going to extend this out to anybody who puts an opinion in a chat or a comment or a thought. Well, you don't have to like Queen Bee to understand that if she were to succeed, Betty, and people of her ilk, I'll leave that to you to I have lots of words for that, but if she were to succeed, she won't. But if she were, and trust me, there's going to come a time when I doubt it'll be her because she's so fucking stupid, but someone who thinks like her. You know, there's a very fine line between an opinion and the recipient of said opinion having there's a big space in the middle here between fuck you, you're a bitch, you're this, you're that, to censorship, which is over here, and well, you hurt my feelings, so pay up. And it will have consequences for all of us. So you don't have to support Queen Bee. You don't have to like Queen Bee. But you should be very concerned that some dipshit getting told about herself should be able to use the courts as her bully pulpit. And that is absolutely what she's always done. Hey, Oz. Hi, Chris. And you know why she does things like this? Number one, because it's worked for her. Okay. And let's think about it. There's only one person whose time and money is getting wasted. Well, a couple people. One of them, fortunately, is being compensated for that. The other one is not. It costs her nothing. Her time is worth jack shit. Her time is worth nothing. She has no fucking job. She lives to go and punish podiums at various municipal meetings. Sounds like a great life. So she needs to be sent a very clear message. And she can feel any way she wants to feel. That's nobody's disputing that. But it is high time for somebody to give her the fucking legal smackdown. I mean, truthfully, I'd like to see her get every kind of smackdown there is. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. She's usually the one giving out. But, you know, she just doesn't have anything to lose. She has nothing. In Florida, your home is judgment proof. What's she going to lose? Her new camera. She's too fucking dumb to use it, okay? You can be sure of that. Enjoy that camera, Betty. I do believe I told somebody that camera would probably be in the pawn shop. Give it about a month. Cause yeah, she, this, I guess it's one of the benefits of being a miserable fucking loser who gets pleasure terrorizing the internet. Oh, and random people's, the front of their house and yeah, all that kind of stuff. See, people who actually have something to lose, they don't behave this way. And they probably don't want to behave this way. I mean, I really do. I try and like understand the rationale, the psyche of what makes someone do this. Well, I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on YouTube anymore. But I can come up with a lot of theories that I think would make someone behave the way she does. A few of which I've just told you. But yeah, it's never a fair fight when you've got two totally different I'm looking for the right word. What? Objectives? No, objectives isn't it. How do you lose what you don't have? I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, her not showing up. Hey, Peepee Gate. Hi, Wise Angel. Her not showing up for this. Watch that. You are seeing the beginnings of, well, she'll never wave the white flag because she's too dumb. She's too dumb and she's got too much ego. And I don't think it really is ego. That's the way it looks to us. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's the exact opposite. Because people who feel good and have a lot going on in their life, they don't do shit like this. There's no fucking normal person wants to be embroiled in litigation. Like, when is she not in litigation? Would maybe be a better question to ask. It's not normal. Not to me, it's not. It might be normal if you're Donald Trump or some other, business owner, high profile, controversial person. There are certain people who it is, and even those people would tell you they don't enjoy litigation. No, you know why? Because when you're fucking normal, it's a giant pain in the ass. It's a major inconvenience. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time out of your life, out of your day. Most people do not want to walk around pissed off and angry all the fucking time. That's her baseline. That's why I don't talk about her much anymore, because I find her to be so fucking repulsive and gross, and she pisses me off. And I don't want to walk around being angry. I don't have people in my real life that do that to me. So why do I want some fucking broke back looking bitch on the internet making me angry? That's why I stopped talking about her. And I was going to go look to see when is the last time that I did a dedicated live stream to Betty. But I didn't have time. But it's been a while, I can tell you that. I used to talk about her a lot. And what that should, if you doubt what I'm saying, well, think about this. I'm one of the few people on here who will willingly. There's 152 people in this chat right now. And you know why? Because I'm going to rip on her. That's why. Because newsflash, people hate you. People love to hear her get drug, and she deserves it. I don't talk shit about nice people. I don't do that. There's no reason to. She wants to dish it. Taking it, nope, not good at that part. But that seems to be a common affliction with. Oh, hold on 1 minute. That's my son. Give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry. What I was saying. When I just come in here and talk about whatever the hell I talk about that day, yeah, I mean, anybody who's been with me for a little while, yeah, I'm sure most of you have noticed that I don't do as much content as I was. Um and that's for the reasons I just stated. Not not that all I ever did was talk about Betty, but I talked about Betty a lot. Um and I really just one day I was like, you know what? God, this is like I don't want to talk about this fucking skank anymore. God, she's gross. She pisses me off. And all the talk, and listen, I've come to the conclusion all the talking in the world, you, me, it doesn't matter. Every single one of us could dedicate every day of our lives to coming up here and dragging her for filth. It won't make her change, not one thing, because she doesn't care. You know, me and you, we would probably, well, I'll just speak for myself. I know that if I know the things people, I very much understand, and I know the criticisms that people have of me, and I'm okay with that. You're totally entitled to that. I even let people who don't like me, like, I don't kick them out of the chat. But the reasons that people don't like me, I mean, I'm not in anybody's head, but I can promise you this, they're not any of the reasons that I don't do what Betty does. I'm very well aware of how women think, because I am one, and operate because I am one. So I willingly have gone from knowing that if I talk about her, well, I mean, 156 people, that's a lot of people for me. That's a lot of people for me. If I don't talk about her, I mean, I can probably, I don't know. Hell, when I'm not talking about her and I'm just in here talking about whatever, you know what I talk about? I talk about my life. That's what I talk about. And I try and be very, hey, bright light. I try and be very open. I share as much of myself with you guys as I feel like I safely can. And probably too much. But that's because, as I've always said, you, no matter what, whether you love me or hate me or it's something in the middle, you always get me. You get 100% me. When I'm not having a great day, well, the difference between me and somebody like her, I don't come in to spread my misery around YouTube, because that's what gets me off. I don't do that. So, but I tell you what, see, because I'm not here for the reasons that many people are here, trying to earn a living, get famous, get a TV show, whatever, all the various reasons people are here. I just like to talk. So when it got to the point, while I know that people like to hear me do it, I didn't like the fact that, like, I don't have this in my real life. Why do I want some blah, like her make me angry? And she does. She makes me angry because I think she's fucking vile. And she's a bully. She is a bully. And I don't know what happened to her in her life that made her that way, but that is what she is. Do not believe for one fucking hot second that she's a victim of being bullied. She is the bully. And if she can't, she'll do anything to get over on somebody. She will use any sleazy tactics that she deems fit. She doesn't play fair. That's the problem with people like her. Well, France, I didn't go anywhere. I'm just not here. Not, I don't do as many lives, but as soon as like all the shit in my house calms down and all of that is completely back to normal, listen, if one person more than my dog is willing to listen to me, I will come in here. But you ask yourself, how many creators do you know that will willingly and voluntarily stop talking about something that gets them a lot of views? And I guess that's God's way of compensating all the rest of us for making that wretched bitch the way she is. Although I don't know. I don't know how that works. I guess that depends on what you believe. But we all have free will. And I'm not here to like push any, religious ideas on anybody. I'm the last person to do that. No, I'll leave that to Betty, that fake fucking pious bitch who will fuck you, I'm gonna sue you, damn you to hell and back. And say, oh, God bless you. And bitch, let me tell you something, dumbass, because I'm gonna get this all out and then we're gonna be good for a while. Let me just fill you in here, miss. I'm a politician. I'm a Republican. Well, let me tell you something. Newsflash. You can save your God bless yous and your religious talk. They don't belong in legal documents. Unless you're a member of the Westboro Baptist Church, which, damn, Betty, now that is something you should consider. Do you put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me? Do you think Betty would be a good addition to the Westboro Baptist Church? Oh boy, I do. Hey, independent thinker. Hey, language of horses. She is just she's just the kind of person they need. A miserable, hateful moron who's not afraid who needs attention so badly that they will say the most hateful, hideous, foul trash just to get eyes on them. Hey, Care Bear. Plain Jane, did I say hi to you? I agree. She would fit right in. I think she would be a welcome addition to the Westboro Baptist Church. Seriously, that's who so what is, I was watching yesterday. I put Fox News on for a minute because we were waiting for people to come over. And like when you just put something on to have it on, you don't want to get too invested in anything because you've got somebody coming over or you got to leave, walk out the door. So I saw that the judge in Fani Willis, don't even get me started on that bitch. Your Honor, you need to drop that robe off at the dry cleaner on your way home and leave it there because you're not up to the task. But I'm sitting there, and Alan Dershowitz was talking. Was it Sean Hannity? I'm not a Hannity fan. I am a huge fan of Alan Dershowitz. I'm a huge fan of anybody with a big brain. I really like that. And I'm sitting there watching all that bullshit with Fani Willis, who is a fucking disgrace to American jurisprudence. And so is that judge. And I said to my husband, I said, this makes me sick watching this. I said, it's got nothing to do with any kind of political ideology, whatever your political bent is, because truth be told, I'm more of an independent. And there are things in both parties that I like and agree with. I don't just put like some letter next to my name and say, that's me, no matter what, hell or high water. No, I'd like to think I'm more of a thinking person than that. So as I'm sitting there, I said to my husband, can you imagine what it must be like for someone like Alan Dershowitz, who has spent a lifetime, one of the smartest men who's ever graced a courtroom? He's a professor, Harvard, I believe, Harvard Law. Brilliant man. And for the true crime fans, Alan Dershowitz represented Klaus von Bülow in the second trial when he was on trial for killing his wife, the heiress Sonny von Bülow. Alan Dershowitz got him off. But to have to sit there and watch that fucking circus, that farcical bullshit in that courtroom, that was nothing but politics. And when you are a sworn officer of the court, a judge, a lawyer, whatever capacity you work within the hallowed halls of American jurisprudence. And this dumb bitch says she claims she's a paralegal. Well, guess what? I worked as a paralegal for a short period of time, and I have forgotten more than she's ever known. So, although it's, we're talking about some brilliant, real, legit legal eagles, brilliant minds on this hand, and the dumbest of the fucking dumb, which is her, on the left hand. I'm just trying to draw the comparison that for somebody who says she knows about the law, bitch, you could not get admission. You couldn't pass the LSAT for prison law school, prison university law. No, you couldn't. I mean, jailhouse lawyers are more skilled. And if you're thinking of suing me, Betty, well, just, obviously you do what you want to do, but I'll just bear this in mind. We'll go mano a mano. You won't cost me money in a lawyer. Not that I can't afford one, but I wouldn't waste one fucking wooden nickel on some bullshit lawsuit with you. So, as a lover of the law and a learned member of what? The board of directors of Tragedy Pimps Inc. It is so wildly improper for you to be putting "God bless you" in legal communications. Especially since from where a lot of people are sitting, I more see you seated at the right hand of, the guy downstairs. I don't necessarily see you sitting next to, at the right hand of JC. No, Not really. Now it's my husband. No, not yet. Remember, I told you I was doing a live. But I'll report. I will report back when I'm done here. I love you. XOXO. He sent me a text and said, "Have you taken a nap yet?" What oh my God. That mattress in the guest room. I'm gonna do the damn wine glass test again tonight, but this time, unlike the showroom, I'm putting wine in the glass. All right, so let's get this shit show started, shall we? Yep. I sincerely hope that we are witnessing the beginning of the end of Betty's internet reign of terror. And Betty, you know, I really think politics is your lane, Betty, because politics is full of belligerent assholes who do nothing and accomplish nothing and love the sound of their own voice. So, Betty, my God, why don't you try to get to the big leagues? Go follow your guy. Hell, I don't care who you follow. Follow him off a fucking cliff, hopefully. But Betty, that's you. That's your jam. I don't know why you are dicking around with all the little people in Krama. I mean, aren't you like a rainmaker? Don't you know the Donald? Didn't you get invited to Mar-a-Lago? I'm going to do you a solid and I'm going to defer saying what I think it was you might have been invited there for. You know, one thing about when you bullshit, hey, nonsense, you truly never know who. You just never know. You never know who might like have proof that you're full of shit about things that you say. I'll just leave that one there. Okay. So y'all, if these are out of order in any way, I'm sorry. And listen, let's get real. You guys just want to hear me rip her until we're done with this. So do we really care? I mean, I'm going to try because that's me. Okay. This appears. I can't read the times. Wait a minute. Oh, please tell me I've got these in. Okay. This is from the Bull Scorn. I call her Bull Scorn. Oh my God. I came up with a new name for her. Bull Scorn. I thought of that one a long time ago. So there's that. Bitch hole Betty. That's another one. Bitch hole is a word that's my husband's word for way back in the day. And a bitch hole is when a bitch is not enough and a see you next Tuesday. Well, in her case, that definitely applies, but you know, I'm a lady and I'm not going to say that. So bitch hole suffices because it just has a horrible ring to it. Just like her. Oh, Betty, by the way, now, you know, if any of you remember, anytime I've ever ripped her, I really try to say something nice before I, you know, just go all in. Betty, I gotta say, I think you're, I'm not sure what we got going on. I don't know if Betty's too cheap to continue to shampoo her hair with bleach, or if she's tired of being bald, or if she's just too busy traipsing all over the world, doing nothing but causing problems and accomplishing nothing. I don't know what the reason is. But whatever it is, I tell you what, I'm going to applaud your commitment to letting your roots grow out for whatever reason. It honestly looks a lot better. You are better off having, and it looks like she's still got a lot of her, her whatever color her hair is. It looks like she's still got quite a bit of dark. I guess it's dark. So yeah, I think you're finally on the right track. I mean, I don't know if it had been me. Let me tell you something. I would have had people like. Here's something that puzzles me about her. One of the things I always said about her was the only thing thinner than her hair is her skin. I stand by that. But I've always wondered if that were me and everybody busted on my hair. I mean, listen, it's not just me. That's a go-to. That's a gift. I used to say that's a gift you give us. I would have rectified that problem in whatever manner possible. If it had been me, I'd have bought a wig. I would have gone to a professional hairdresser who would have said what mine said. Zip, wall clipper, no guard. Or at least cut off, all the melted shit and wear a wig. Or just rock a short haircut, whatever. But what I would have never done is sit in that place of giving that softball to everybody. And you know what? If she was a nice person, nobody would have commented. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. I wouldn't have. Oh, but the new name, it just came to me the other day. Because I'm like, okay, we have bull scorn, bitch hole. Then I was kind of like reversing letters in my head on different words. And I came up with Hellborn Betty. I'm like, I kind of like the ring of that. And sounds like truth. Okay. Oh my goodness. She must really be pissed because she doesn't even pretend. No pleasantry, no hello, warm greetings. God bless you. None of that. No. Hi, Annie. How are you? Oh, Georgia's back. Hi, Georgia. I will be attending the hearing on March 12th to make sure this calendaring and scheduling issue is done appropriately. If you'd like to attend, you may. I'm not sure. This has got to be. There's absolutely no punctuation. If there is, I can't see it, which would definitely indicate it was from her. From Betty to, yeah, it's from her. I love the way she is giving the attorney permission to attend the status conference that just by nature of the beast being the status conference or case management conference. Well, that's just a little. It's like a cocktail party with no cocktails. It's just to get together and say, "Hey, how's it going? Like, are we looking like, this is the next date coming up? Are we looking like, are there going to be any more motions, any more answers? Are you going to notice anything up?" And by noticing up, the party that files a motion, An motion is nothing more than that's the legal term for the ask. Well, the party who files the motion, it's their responsibility to set said motion for hearing. And when they do that, they have to give notice to all parties that there will be a hearing held on X date and time where X motion will be heard. Hey Nana, how you doing? Hi Senrisa. Hey Be Still. Okay. Yeah, no, Betty's, I don't, if she has any, no, she doesn't have any felonies. Not that I know of. In Florida, our records are wide open. Trust me, we would know if she had felonies. She does not have felonies. She has plenty of arrests, just no felonies. If you'd like to attend, you may. No punctuation anywhere. So anywhere you hear me pause, that's me adding it in. Because nothing says professional, legal professional, or any type of even educated past middle school, anything like filing a bunch of letters, motions, etc., with zero punctuation. I'm not sure if you're required, oh, Jesus Christ. I will be attending the hearing on March 12th to make sure this calendaring and scheduling issue is done appropriately, because the lawyer needs her help. If you'd like to attend, you may. Well, thank you, Betty. I'm not sure if you're required to. That's because you don't know jack shit about rules of civil procedure in the state of Illinois, or probably any state in this great nation. Since we went ahead and made other arrangements, but I will be there to speak to the judge, and I'm letting you know that now. Hey, dumbass, legal professional, let me drop another legal knowledge bomb on you, babe. Judges do not have ex parte in camera meetings or communications. Ex parte means one of the parties is ixnayed. Betty, for you, that means not there. Oh, in camera is done in judges' chambers. So you're an idiot, Betty. You will never be talking to the judge. Well, I shouldn't say never. It would be highly irregular for a judge to ever speak to any of the parties, not Betty, not the lawyer. That doesn't happen, because if you knew anything about the law like you say you do, you'd get that little book. Remember the one I told you you should make your third Bible right after the real Bible, the language of letting go, the language of never letting go, your second Bible. You should have made the rules, Illinois rules of civil procedure. You should have made that your third Bible. And if you did, you would know judges do not have ex parte communications with litigants. And they damn sure would never do it with a dumbass, pro se, unrepresented litigant. Damn fool. God, she is so stupid. See, and this is why she pisses me off. Because I know better. Because I do have a legal education. But wait, there's more. So although you reached out to me, comma, oh, ding, 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 point on the board, knowing I had scheduling issues. Doing what? You don't have a fucking job. What What are your scheduling issues? We know you didn't have a hair appointment. And I asked you to go ahead and provide me dates and times. You intentionally deceived me. You're not that important. Do you actually think this man who has spent tens of thousands, possibly 100,000 plus, getting a college education and a JD, a law degree, do you think he would actually take a chance of damaging his reputation and face potential sanctions by the bar over your stupid ass? Do you think that this guy, Betty, I could do this in my sleep against you? And I'm not a lawyer. And I'm not like you. I don't pretend to be. He's a real lawyer. Do you think he's scared of you? Is that it? Like do you think he's, I don't know, taking like a refresher course online because he knows he's going to have to go toe to toe with your bullhorn? Like, give me a break. Hey, Patty. Hi, let's be honest. You deceived me and didn't schedule the other motions that I needed scheduled. Dumbass. It is your job to schedule your fucking motions. And when you are a wretched, combative, hateful bitch who is repeatedly accusing all of the real legal professionals in the room of malfeasance, do you actually think he would fucking spit on you if you spontaneously combusted in front of him? I don't know him, but I'm going to guess no. Like, who do you think you are? You need help. You need help. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why. Betty, I don't even like you, and I'm trying to give you good advice. You need to put the YouTube down. You need to put your fucking lawsuits down, and you need to like go spend some time in a dark room with yourself and find out why it is that you want to waste so much of your life on futile endeavors, fighting with people that are better and superior to you in every fucking way. Are you just a masochist? Like, what is it? Like, I'm serious. If you, I know you're not a mother. I am. And you know, my son is an adult, but I can tell you this much. I don't give a damn how old my son is. It will never matter how old he is. If he was behaving as you do, I would be doing everything I could to reel him in and say, "What the fuck is wrong with you? What is going on with you? Why are you behaving like this? Do you not have anybody in your life? Anybody?" Like, I'm not going to speak on her mother. I never have. I'm not that kind of person. I will not. I got thoughts, trust me, but I'm not going to share them because I don't need to. And her mother is my elder, and she's never done anything to me. So, but I can tell you that if my child was behaving as you are, not only is there no circumstance in this world where I would be aiding and abetting him, I'd be on his fucking doorstep every day if that's what it took to figure out what was going on with him that we could, you know, get some help with. You didn't schedule the other motions that I needed scheduled. Knowing this while I was under the assumption, and there she uses a comma, we were taking care of all of this according to your email. Betty, things do not get taken care of in legal proceedings via fucking email. You may have communications and say, oh, hey, I'm flipping through my calendar here. I know I've got multiple motions. You've got multiple motions. Listen, if you want to set yours for hearing on the 29th, I'm free on the 29th. I'll set mine on the 29th. I need 2 hours. How much time you need? Okay. All right. So I'll set mine. Hell, in some cases, it could very well be where they set them all together. But that is if they do that, and I don't know that they do, but if they do, that is a professional courtesy that happens between two real lawyers. You are a pro se litigant who has no fucking idea what she's doing. He is not about to lift a finger for you, nor should he. You're not his client. No, your client is a moron. According to your email, a 3-hour hearing. I will notice mine for the 3 hour. And I want to make sure that I'm not gonna. I want to make sure I'm not gonna. My God, you're fucking, oh, it's staggering. It is staggering how little she knows about anything. This is a lawsuit. And more importantly, she doesn't give a shit about this lawsuit. What she gives a shit about is flexing to all of Krama to show him how smart she is. Well, bitch, we see you. You're not smart. You don't even speak proper English when communicating with a lawyer. I'm gonna. Yeah, because it's too many keystrokes to type going. I want to make sure I'm not gonna have any more flack from you. Flack, like in Roberta, I'm hearing the Fugees singing "Killing Me Softly." Although in Betty's case, it would be killing me with a heavy blunt object. Like, I am so blown away. Make sure I don't have any more flack from you. It'll all be heard this day. If you have a problem with that, you better let me know, buddy. She didn't say buddy. Otherwise, I'm bringing this to the judge. Remember what we talked about? No ex parte communications. Because that's what was implied in your prior emails. Oz, this is yes, these were attached to, well, these went back and forth before the last case management conference that Betty was way too busy speaking at the county commissioner meetings. What was she mad about that time? Oh, the bus schedule. I mean, I was in hysterics. Hold on. I didn't wear these damn shoes to just like sit in this chair. I'm getting a bed sore anyway. So hold on. I'm going to give you a demonstration. Andrew Griffin, Manatee County. You know, my car is broken for the 847th time, but I can't afford to fix it because I just had all my moronic subs buy me a camera that I'm way too fucking dumb to use. And it took me all day Took me all day to figure out. I'm so committed to this. I was going to take the bus. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't take the fucking public bus willingly if they were handing out free Chanel bags at the next stop. Okay. And that is not me knocking anybody who takes the bus. But let's keep it real here. Okay. This is not a major metropolitan city. Okay. Florida has shit public transit. It always has. It probably always will. Even in the big cities like Miami, Orlando. It's horrible. Nobody here wants to take a bus. And to take one to a meeting where everybody there hates your guts so that you can bitch, and you wasted at least 12 seconds of your valuable 30 seconds to tell them what bus line you had to take. Well, and for the record, Your Honor, I finally figure out after 7 hours that I needed to take the number 8 and transfer at the number 12. I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. I watched that clip and I was like, ask Crazy Nurse. And I said, not if they were handing out Chanel bags. But that is how committed Betty is to her government. Oh, and I do not appreciate the fact that losers like me, who have nothing better to do with their time than willingly sit in the wait, ding, 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 ding. We're putting a point on the board. Shit, we're putting 2 points on the board. Betty used the word dais. I have to say, I was a little impressed. This is a tactic Bullhorn Betty would take. You make us sit in the dais. It's like you're trying to discourage us from participating in our own government. You don't even let us bring drinks into the dais. And you don't let us call in when we're unable to attend, when we're out doing our very important fucking corporate board meetings for Tragedy Pimps Inc. You might have heard of me. I'm a world famous YouTuber. Pretty soon I'm going to have your designated parking spot, Mr. Commissioner. Okay, I've had enough of the hat. Like I said, I was having a good hair day. Okay, here we go. Oh God, I might need to put it back on. Hell's bells. Okay, at least I can see a little better standing up. Oh, and here we go. Here we go again. I love screaming in this new mic. I hope it sounds good. Does it sound good when I scream? Because I'm going to scream anyway. I just assumed, Betty, I'm going to get you an Emily Post book. You need some manners. You really do. Because even if I had to talk to you in a written communication, I would still because I don't want to appear to be an uncivilized savage, okay, like you. I would at least say, hello, Betty. Hello, bitch hole. Good afternoon, hellborn. Whatever. I mean, she doesn't even pretend to have the slightest bit of class or manners. I just assumed, since we were scheduling everything, that you would just do the courtesy. Fuck you. You're a savage. Sorry, savage. You know what I mean. You get no courtesies. 0 courtesies. We got 0 fucks to give you, and they have no courtesies to give you. Much like what is probably your checkbook balance, it's overdrawn. Overdrawn with the fucks, overdrawn with the courtesies, the pleasantries. Betty, if you want courtesy, you might want to consider extending a bit yourself. But of course, why would I expect professional courtesy from you. You are not a fucking professional. You are a professional asshat. Like, where's your canon of ethics? Where is it? What's the code of ethics? Professional courtesy? You are not a professional and you have no courtesy. So if you want some, give some. Oh. Now the response. Ms. Griffin. Sir, if you would like to refer to her as Bullscorn or Hellborn, you are welcome to it. I don't mind sharing. Un momento. That was my agent. Ms. Griffin, it is not my job to notice up your motions. If you want that heard, you should notice it up. I have attached a copy of a filing. It was filed with the clerk of the court using the Odyssey e-filing system today. If you have any issues opening the file, oh, she probably will. Listen, the woman can't operate an iPhone, which is what my husband calls a phone with training wheels. Anybody can operate an iPhone. Betty cannot. So the chances of her knowing how to use the Odyssey e-file system are probably slim to none. But stick to your guns, sir. Fuck her. Do not help her. I know you won't. Hey, Pamela. Hi, Gina. Hi, Eerie Sunset. Now, this is a new one. Who starts a sentence like this? Yes. Half a point for a comma. And insulting me yet again. No, honey, I'm insulting you. He's being positively chivalrous. Insulting me yet again is really going to help you in the future. Well, sir, it may not help you. Not that you're doing it, but it sure will feel good. Don't worry, we know you can't do it, so you're creating it. Oh my God. Now this is artistic liberty, if I've ever heard it, and probably the height of said liberty. You're creating a combative work environment with me intentionally, and I'm getting sick of it. Betty, you don't have a job. This is not a workplace. Listen, I'm starting to think that maybe this should be a case of if you can't beat them, join them. Listen, bitches, I am Anna Wintour, okay? The devil wears Prada. She doesn't always wear Prada. Sometimes she ventures into other brands. And I would like to be addressed. When I tell you to go get my dry cleaning, get my Starbucks, you better have my 6 freaking newspapers on my desk. I want everyone's tear sheets. Go get my dog, take him to the groomer, go back to Starbucks. There's not enough espresso, it's not hot enough. You go as many times as I tell you. Like, talk about La La Land. Oh my God. Hi, Kimber. Listen, if I make any of you laugh, and I can do it at her expense, well, that's even better. I really wish, listen, you guys, I can make you laugh with other shit. She just is she's so easy. It's like, Miss Griffin, attendance at the CMC, Case Management Conference, is not excused, much like probably her entire high school attendance record. Unexcused, to my knowledge, simply because you have another hearing scheduled. Well, while I'm sure she's had many hearings in front of people in robes, no, this was strictly voluntary. No. Yes, sir, I know. No normal people willingly or voluntarily go to those kinds of things, but she has no life. Like, that's her power. That's her power. See, like, this is my power. My power is wearing shoes like that. Betty's power. Every time I see her doing this, I swear to God, all I see is a bull in a rodeo. And you know how when they're in the chute and they're waiting for that cowboy to jump on. The bull is like, it's doing one of these. God, she makes me want to consider being a fucking matador. Like, I would wave a pink cape, and then we could just throw spears at her. Betty, you be the bull, and I'll be the matador. And instead of a bullhorn, we're just going to take like really sharp spears. And I'll see if I can get Mucha Prada to make the cape, okay? If I can make that happen, will you do it? There's a lot of people. You can fit a lot of people in a stadium in Spain. You know, my mother has actually been to one of those. I said, that is so barbaric. How could you do that? She said some crazy shit like, it's an art. An art. It's oh God. The best thing about it is that damn getting to see a dude wearing freaking knickers, knee breeches. And they do put all those pretty like spangled, like, the outfit is pretty good. God, even a matador's got more. The court is aware of the setting. You need only notice it up. I did not deceive you. You're not my client. It's not my job, and I hate your guts, bitch. You just do not know how to put. I have not read these ahead of time. Oh, God. I heard a couple of them on Burnt Toast, but I did not read all of this ahead of time. I did not deceive you. You just do not know how civil practice in Illinois or Florida or Georgia or California or Alabama or Kentucky or Michigan or Maine or Idaho. Oh, wait, Idaho, she might. This would be a good time to. This was one of the funniest things I've ever seen come out of Betty's chat. When she was on one of her letter writing campaigns, because, yeah, people do that a lot now. She was trying to save the Idaho house from being demolished. I mean, the bitch is a one-woman wrecking crew, but she wants you to believe she's so worried about the house being demolished. No, it was just a way for her to like, oh, well, maybe I can get more people to see me if I exploit this horrific thing. So she comes up with one of her brilliant campaigns. one envelope. How did it go? One letter, one stamp, one envelope, some bullshit like that. And she bangs out one of her brilliant pleas. And now remember what I said. This is to save the house that the Idaho 4 lived in. And one of the comments, one of the 4 that was like stroking her left, right, center. Oh, Betty, you're so wonderful. Betty, you do such good work. Do these people live in some fucking pretend universe where she has a job? What? I mean, well, I am the editor of Vogue magazine, so I mean, I guess I'll go with it. Betty, you do such good work. Oh, Betty, fuck the haters. Fuck them, they're jealous. They hate you because they can't be you. That's the best one. But yeah, one of the mensas from Betty's chat, Betty gave everybody a form letter. So all you have to do is fold it, lick it, but be careful because you don't want a paper cut on your tongue. Ouch. Says the woman with a napalm Pop-Tart burn. Put it in the envelope, put a stamp on it, and off it goes. And we're going to save the world, starting with that house in Idaho. Well, one of the mensas over there said, Betty, do we send it to the president of the college, or do we send it here to the governor in Florida? Oh. Even my husband was like, what? Ma'am, Florida doesn't have anything to do with that. We're busy. Listen, Ron DeSantis, he's got enough on his plate. Let that man be. Oh, I still have half a drink left. That said, you did not appear for the case management conference today. You don't say. Despite my suggestion, attendance was expected. The court seemed surprised you were not there. The judge must have been like, isn't that fucking nut job that's in the waiting room like the night before? Is she the one who like files everything at 3:00 in the morning? We can't shut her up most of the time. She's not here. Is she on the campaign trail? In any event, in full disclosure, I advised the court that we had a setting for April 17th, 2024 for an in-person hearing, including an evidentiary matter. I mentioned that it seemed the only thing left for you to do. Oh, sir, I must take issue with that statement. There is very much more she needs to do. Between now and then was for you to notice up whatever motion you want heard that I have not already noticed up. She does seem to be quite confused about how this works. She seems to think that an answer to the actual suit, the issues at hand, like that, she doesn't need to bother with. She just keeps filing these like soliloquies using improper English and no punctuation. Yeah, that wouldn't be how I'd want to be seen, but I'm not Betty. The matter was set for an additional CMC in May. Regards and fuck you very much. Oh, wait. I think we missed. Wait a minute. Damn it. Oh boy, we were doing so good. Well, let me see. Does it start at the bottom? Oh. I thought it was scheduled for tomorrow. Either way, once again, please refrain from speaking down to me. Well, why don't you like sit up and study at night so you can get a little bit smarter? So then maybe oh God. He hasn't, Betty, that man has given you more consideration and kindness than you deserve. Why do you care so much? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We're back to the paragraph sentences. Okay. So, first paragraph sentence. I thought it was scheduled for tomorrow. So, let me get this straight. You are a crime sleuthing superhero, internet celebrity, electrician, plumber, car repair, political pundit, political rainmaker, internet celebrity, but you don't know how to use a calendar. You don't know. Okay, yeah. What's crazy is I really don't have trouble making that leap. I thought it was scheduled for tomorrow. New paragraph sentence. Either way, once again, please refrain from speaking down to me. New paragraph. Although this one I was going to say it's a sentence, but it's a giant fucking run on, is what it is. I've repeatedly asked you to stop. To spot. I've repeatedly asked you to spot advising me to seek counsel. Please show me the respect. That respect. Why? Respect is earned, bitch. You have earned nothing. Well, actually, I take that back. You've earned every bit of what you get. And refrain from that moving forward, despite all in caps. I've never seen such a child. Do you know how stupid this makes you look? I know you don't. That's why I'm here to tell you. Despite your feelings to continue to advise the same thing over and over again. Why do you care so much? Because you are clogging up the court system. Because he is a real professional member of the judicial system. You are one of the asshats that clogs up the communal plumbing. Oh, septic. You're clogging up the septic tank that is the court systems in this country. I mean, there might actually be people that, are in dire need of getting their cases heard, not wretched, horrible bitches who act the damn fool on the internet. And that's how they get validation. No, maybe, I don't know, people who've been catastrophically injured or had a loved one killed. I don't know. There's all kinds of horrible things that happen to people that they're relying on, and it's not just this right here. It's not just about money. How about people who are catastrophically injured and they need an award and a judgment so they can get medical care that they wouldn't otherwise get? I mean, if you don't have insurance or good insurance, you're going to get the bare minimum. And it's people like you who, if this is not complicated, if you want to be an asshat and her balls she loves to talk about. Betty, you go ahead and you stay with that, honey. I think you're right. I think you probably do have balls. Congratulations. I'm not that woman who's ever going to think that it's a flex to tell the world that I have balls. Yeah, nobody's going to look at me and think I have balls. I do not have balls. I don't want to have balls. You can keep all the balls, Betty. But since you do want all the balls, own it. Take the good with the bad, Betty. Although in your case, I know it's mostly bad, but like I said, nice people, they don't have the problems. I don't know anybody who's ever been embroiled willingly in all the shit that you are, because that's how desperate you are for attention. So take your attention. You're getting what you want. It is working for you. Unfortunately, it's just all negative attention. But take care and God bless. I will speak to the judge tomorrow. As we've already covered many times, you will be having no fucking ex parte hearings with the judge. And I don't think this attorney, I don't think he needs or wants your God bless yous. Ms. Griffin, I am afraid, as stated before, you are simply looking for reasons to be outraged. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, that's pretty much a way of life. I am not insulting you. As always, counsel properly licensed and familiar with Illinois practice would understand these matters. Had you retained counsel, this case would undoubtedly be resolved or nearly resolved by this point. Oh, but that's not really the end game. Not for her. Nope. I mean, if this was your oxygen, would you be willing to give it up? All right. God, that font is so tiny. Dear clerk. Oh, okay. His reply continues at the bottom. Yeah, it's very strange how these are. As for explaining your need to secure counsel, I believe it is appropriate as we are seeking fees for, well, she's a broke bitch, but that's okay. Put a judgment on her and let it sit there until the end of time. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess it depends on which party you are. In Florida, your homesteaded residence is exempt from any kind of judgment. I don't know if it works like that all over, but here in Florida, that is the case. However, I don't know, maybe you want, let's just say this, whether there is, what doesn't matter when it comes to potential fee awards and or judgments, what has no fucking bearing on it is whether or not she can, one, afford it, number two, actually have anything. Because the answer to both of those is no, as we know. But that's, so be it. I know if it was me, I would let that judgment sit on her until the end of time, whether I ever collected one penny or not, because you never know. If she ever came into, I can tell you this, and I know this because I know somebody this happened to. And something tells me Betty might be a lottery player. I know somebody that actually won a not so small amount of money in the lottery. And guess what? That person owed money. They had judgments. they had to do some they had to get creative how to get that money. And of course they did, because people who operate like that, well, that's kind of their specialty. But you never know. You don't know, she could come into an inheritance one day. I mean, I don't know a thing about any of that with her. But yeah, I would want it no matter what. For your violations of Supreme Court Rule 137, and you are making statements about God, there's like 3 different sizes. Well, that's interesting. Huh. Honest to God, this font is so tiny I cannot even read it. I will be attending the hearing. Oh, it's Betty saying she'll be attending the hearing. It looks like a screenshot. Dear clerk, please keep us on the calendar for this hearing, as we need to speak to the judge about the appropriate scheduling for a what? I have no idea what that word is, and it's certainly a typo. I'm having difficulty scheduling things and scheduling hearings and other things. That's because you're a dumbass. What's the problem? You have a calendar? You know what a calendar is? You've got nothing but time. Oh, yeah. Just get your little calendar out and let your fingers do the walking. Okay, that one is about the hearing. Let's see. I don't see any counterclaims motions attached. Please advise. I think I already read this one. Is this a dupe? Yep. This is a continuation of this one. I'll be when she says she'll be attending the hearing on the 12th. So, although you reached out to me, knowing I had scheduling issues, and I asked you to go ahead and provide me dates and times, you intentionally deceived me and didn't schedule the other motions that I needed scheduled, knowing that while I was under the assumption we were taking... Wait, did I already read that? I think I did. Or is she just banging the same old drum over and over? Yeah, that's a dupe. That looks like a dupe too. That was you're insulting me. Attendance at the CMC is not excused. Got that. That's so weird. I don't know why some of these are dupes. Okay. I think this is... Okay. Here we go. As for explaining your need to secure counsel, I believe it appropriate, as we are seeking fees for your violations of Supreme Court Rule 137, and you are making statements about difficulties you have as a pro se litigant. Our position remains the same. If you cannot comply with the applicable rules, you should retain someone that can. She's a broke bitch. She can't. And by asking you to secure counsel, we are ensuring we do not waive that position. You can choose to be offended. She's offended by everything because she's insanely insecure. You can choose to be offended by the suggestion that you may need counsel, or you can ignore it. It is in no way offensive. But I must do my best for my client, which is not you, Benny, to advance her position for a fee award. That looks like a repeat response. Yep. It's just the way these things print. I don't know why. Okay. This is him responding to her assertion that I thought it was yesterday. Were that the case, I am puzzled why you would have sent this email late last night, specifically referencing today's date in hearing. Oh, okay. That was when she said, "Dear clerk, please keep this on the schedule." In any event, as I explained to the court and you, the only item remaining is for you to notice up the motions you want heard that were not already noticed up. The setting is already made. They just need to be noticed up. That's the thing about counsel. Ms. Griffin, I am concerned to learn that you elected to speak at a hearing, rather than attend your court date today, as shown by the Manatee Board of County Commissioners regular meeting recorded video. You stated you were going to be there, rain or, quote, be there, rain or shine, end quote. Well, hurricanes are a problem for her oftentimes. Maybe she was re-roofing her house because, this is Florida. We have hurricanes here sometimes. Betty has lots of hurricanes. It's funny. I think sometimes they just occur like on her house. This decision to shrug off the obligations of a suit you brought with plain indications you knew of the hearing and even told me you would be there is troublesome and will be brought to the court's attention. I have attached a copy of the filing. It was filed with the clerk of court using the Odyssey e-system. Blah, blah, blah. Look at that. Gosh, I'm usually way overly ambitious. I usually have a stack of her bullshits. I say we're going to go over it, and I usually get 2 pages in, and it's 4 hours. But I told you this is going to be Patty, my guess would be, because she knows, like with all good grifters, okay? Whatever your scam is you're running. And her scam that she's been running on all of Krama, of course, only the intellectually deficient believe it. But her scam she's been running, in my opinion, because in my opinion, everything about her is a scam. But her grift has been how smart she is, and she's a legal professional, and blah, blah, blah. When all you have to do is look and listen. And it is, everything she does is the antithesis of almost everything she claims to be. And I think we are now at the point where the rubber is meeting the road. And it's like, bitch, put up or shut up. Okay? You filing mountains of paper that you've either copied and pasted off of shit you boosted from JLR, shit you got from GP3 or whatever AI, shit you've managed to somehow find in Westlaw, Florida Southern Second, LexisNexis. I mean, there comes a point when the jig is up. It's like, and she knows. She knows. She is not, you can bullshit your way through a lot of stuff for a long time, and you can fool a lot of the people a lot of the time. Not the smart people. But I think she's got to know that, and in my opinion, the judge has let this go on far too long. I get it. She's pro se. They got to give her more of a leash to dog walk her than a real professional who knows what they're doing. And it's not just lawyers, you guys. Any consummate professional, well, if they find themselves needing the services of their own profession, I mean, I don't know any doctors who, most don't even diagnose themselves. Most doctors would not write themselves or even close family members prescriptions because they don't even want the appearance of impropriety. So doctors see other doctors when they need medical intervention or services. They don't operate on themselves. They don't prescribe themselves medicine. I mean, possibly antibiotics or something very benign like that, but I would think nothing more than that. Lawyers find other lawyers to represent them. Most hairdressers, they don't cut their own hair. I mean, I've had one that does. I mean, I've only had 2 hairdressers. Well, 3, my entire, from my 20s, from about 22 to now, I've only had 3 of them. And one was just a couple of years. The second one, she would color her hair. She would, if she just needed to trim her hair, she would do it. But anything more than a trim, no, she had somebody else do it. Ash, I agree. Not the kind of medicine that we can get at Walgreens. Well, not in the aisle. So yeah, I think that, I mean, come on. She didn't just get like this, okay? I promise you, she's been like this her whole life. She was probably a terrorist when she was a kid. She was, now, I've heard all the bullshit about I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. No, you weren't. It's all relative, honey. But you just go ahead and keep thinking that way. But I promise you, she was a terrorist and she was overindulged. And I don't mean that in material possessions type of way. And maybe she was with that. I don't know. But my guess would be she tried to run the show. And because she was probably so awful to deal with, they did her a real disservice and just let her run the show. And here you go. Meet Hellborn Bullscorn Betty. I mean, listen, if you think that she just morphed into this when she discovered YouTube, no way. No way. No, she just found a vehicle to be able to capitalize on her not so good personality traits. So, but she knew when she started this. I promise you, the bitch never thought she was going to get a dime. I don't believe she ever even thought she would win this. I think it was, nobody fucks with Bullhorn Betty. I told you, fill in the blank. And she's got, although God knows why, and I don't think it really is pride, but she's got too much. No, it's the exact opposite, in my opinion. People who are secure do not, number one, do not have a problem admitting when they are wrong. And more importantly, they don't have a problem apologizing. When you will carry on with a fucking fool's errand to your own detriment, that tells me that you are wildly insecure, because you're too, you cannot even stomach the thought that someone might see you as being the one who's wrong. I mean, I just don't get it. Thank you, Frank. Oh God, Cambry, please tell me you mean that it's not, when you say acting up, please tell me you mean technology wise. I mean, I honestly, listen, I understand it takes all kinds to run this world. Different strokes for different folks. I get it. I have never endeavored to be someone who everybody likes. Fuck that. Why would I? And you shouldn't either. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, treat people nicely. Of course you should. But there is the only way that you could possibly be liked by everyone. You can't stand for anything. You cannot have any convictions. You just have to blow with the wind. And this is a difficult place to, I mean, I was listening today I listened to all of Queen Bee, and I listened to all of Willow. I oftentimes, more often than not, I listen to two people who cannot stand each other. I have no beef with Willow at all. I like Willow. I don't, and you know what I do? I don't discuss Willow with Queen Bee. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't do that. And I don't even know Willow. He's come in my chat a few times. I always enjoyed him when he was on panel at Queen Bee's. But if I wanted to be liked by everybody, well, when I was at Queen Bee's, it would be rah, rah, my pom-poms would be out. I'd be co-signing every single word she says, everything she does. I'd be like, yep, uh-huh. Now listen, I know there are people that think I do that with her. That's not true. I'm not her. She doesn't answer to me. I don't answer to her. I just try and be an adult. I do my level best. When I want to go where I want to go, here's a perfect example. I was in Morbid's last night. Yeah. Listen, Morbid, I don't know if he still is, but at one time, he was a big fan of Betty. He interviewed her. I think we know my thoughts and feelings on Betty. But you know what? I never went in Morbid's chat, and I never would start shit talking Betty in his chat. I don't do that. I try in situations like that. Well, and like last night, he kind of started. I could tell he was probably going to start. Queen Bee was starting to come up more. And I'd been in there a little while. So I didn't want to be in a position where I was uncomfortable. And I'm not that, It's his chat. I would never tell anybody, oh, you need to stop talking about that. No. And it's up to me when I'm starting to get uncomfortable, then I leave. I mean, I don't always accomplish, while I never endeavor to have everyone like me. That is a fact. I don't care. Because, like I said, to do that, well, I'd go to Willow's chat and I would, rah, rah, whatever they were talking about. And what's funny is, I mean, Willow's come in my chat just a couple of times. I don't even know him. I respect his big brain. Okay. He's witty as hell. I like that. I don't know what. I wasn't around when I don't know what the beef is between him and Queen Bee. So I do what I can do. But what's not going to happen is nobody tells me where I can go. I mean, obviously, it's like everybody else on here. There's people that you like more than other people. There's people you call friend. There's people who are just acquaintances. And on it goes. If you had to try to make everyone happy on this platform, well, you may as well just pull the plug, because in fact, it's going to be quite the opposite most of the time. There's a reason you do not see me here, there, and everywhere all day, all night. And what's interesting is I don't know, I probably shouldn't even go down this road. But let's just say that I have found out quite lately that you don't even have to know of someone's existence. You don't even need to know their name. You don't need to know a thing about them. Sometimes just the fact that you come on their radar for some reason because they see you someplace where they hate that person, and then all of a sudden you're on the radar. Oh, okay. Hey, Teresa, how are you? Pink Stripe, it is very difficult. And because it is difficult, I mean, I just find the only way I know how to navigate this place is to try my best. You stay true to yourself. It's like everything else in life. It's risk, reward, risk, reward. So there's many times when there's a reason the backspace key on whatever I'm using is always a little more worn out than all the other keys. Because if you say half of what you want to say, I think that will serve you well. So it is, I guess all that was to say is it's just puzzling to me how there comes a point when the grift is over, the jig is up. Like, people, how do people not see? How can people be so stupid? I'm not the smartest person in the world, not by any stretch, but I'm not the dumbest person in the world either. And there are certain things. Like, do you think for one hot second that I could bullshit my way into having people believe that I'm a medical doctor, that I'm an engineer? I might be able to, for a very short term, I might be able to have people believing that I possibly was maybe in law school. I don't think I could pull off, that I was actually a lawyer. Hey, Petunia Picklebutt. So to see someone like Betty, who it is so, all you have to do is look. It's so fucking obvious that she is nothing she pretends to be. And listen, if she's not hurting people, I don't care. LARP the rest of your life, LARP across America. I don't care. As long as you're not standing in front of crime victims' houses, terrorizing neighborhoods, when you really don't know, you're not privy to all the evidence or any of it. You're not trying to silence people who speak out against you. Hey, Still Mother, how are you? I honest to God, you know what I find really works? I don't listen. I mean, if you're somebody that enjoys, and listen, lots of people, I've told y'all before, if you don't tell people very specifically, the people closest to you on YouTube, if you don't say to them, listen, I don't want to see. I've said several times, usually if I'm going on vacation, or even when I'm at my YouTube threshold and I've got to get stuff done, or I'm just disgusted by all of it, whatever the case may be. The people closest to me, I say, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to see anything. Don't tell me anything unless it's a safety concern. And, fortunately, that's not ever happened. I hope it never does. But I mean, you don't, just because people have words doesn't mean you have to listen to them. I promise you, coming in here and doing all this, I would be very surprised. Well, I don't know. I might have to walk that back. I was going to say, I would be surprised. I mean, let's face it. So many people talk about Betty. She there's not enough hours in the day for her to listen to people talk about her. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You don't get it both ways. You want to act outrageous. You want to be a fool. You want to act like you're the fucking, Fidel Castro of Krama, Batista Betty. Well, you got to take what goes with that. And what goes with that is people like me telling you about yourself. Just like I'm sure there's people telling me about myself. The difference is I don't care because I don't watch. And I know who I am. I'm not trying to change anybody's minds. I mean, I let people come in here and, I don't quite understand why people who are so bothered by me, why they come here, but I don't understand a lot of things. And I'm not trying to, I think a lot of the reason, unless someone's just really vile. Just like that lady that was in here today. She said to me in Morbid's chat something, I think she said, "You're the biggest loser on YouTube." And I was like, "Oh, ma'am, you need to get around YouTube a little more." I promise you I'm not. But I was just like, I don't know. I just wouldn't do that. I just would not. I wouldn't even do that to Betty. Okay. Yeah, I'll come up here and talk about this. but that's what goes with that. But do you think that if somebody said that to Betty, she would let them hang out in her chat? No, she would not. And listen, nobody enjoys people being rude and ill-mannered to them. But that doesn't mean that they lose sleep over it. And I feel like I'd rather, while I'm not here to make everybody like me, I think if you ever hope to change anyone's opinion about you, well, I mean, maybe you have to be open to letting them see you in a different light, maybe. But I'm pretty much, I mean, I'm pretty consistent. I am who I am. And I don't take issue with anybody not liking me. I mean, if we all had to do that, well, none of us would ever be able to get anything done for the rest of our days on Earth. We'd just be trying to turn the tide, because when it comes down to it, we're all strangers on the internet. You're not going to meet me. I'm not going to meet you. And unlike a lot of the people I've talked about, I'm not going to show up in your yard. So that's the good news. So, yeah, people are weird. It's just, and it's like, you really don't ever know. I kind of feel like, creators, we're fair game. I mean, that's the chance you take. I can't come in here and talk about the shit that gets under my skin and some of the just heinous shit that I see, but then think that I am exempt from somebody who feels that way about me just because I don't understand it. But how many people do? Trust me. I am very well aware of my flaws, my ways that people perceive me. I just don't care, because if I cared more, I care to the extent that, here's how far I care, but it's about me, not about you. There's certain things I don't ever want anybody to say about me. Number one, and first and foremost, the most important, I don't ever want somebody to say, God, that bitch is dumb. She is dumb as wood. No. I mean, and that's trust me, all the things you might say about me, that's one you're not saying. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I do okay. But I know very well, especially when you're talking about a bunch of women. I know. I've done it. We all do it. We see somebody, we don't know them. People form opinions. I mean, the book and the cover. It's a parable as old as time, but we all do it. I do it too. But I have enough insight into myself that I know things that, well, if you don't like me, like I've said many times, I can certainly come up with, if we had to compare lists and I said, well, give me 3 reasons or 5 or 500, I could come up with some. I have a lot of self-awareness. I'm also, I'm not ever going to get hood on here with anybody. I like to see a good throwdown as much as the next guy. I love to hear, there's few things better than listening to somebody you can't stand get the fucking verbal smackdown from somebody else who also can't stand them. But am I ever going to, I'm never going to have a grievance with somebody, and I'm either going to handle it behind the scenes if I have the ability to do that, or I'm just going to part ways and keep it moving. What you're not going to see me do is have you come on my panel, or I'm going to go on your panel and I'm going to scream and yell and carry on. And that I will not do. So, God, this phone has been blowing up. Timu, God, leave me alone. I have a credit. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? It's my son. He's actually getting ready to come by. So, perfect timing. Got it done, and I've said all I need to say. Anything else I would say now is just going to be more of shit I've said before. So, the final verdict on this, it's good. I like it. I don't know that I would buy it again. But I tell you what, if you like this hard seltzer and you like grape, try this, because it absolutely tastes exactly like grape soda, just not sweet. So, I think I will see you guys. I'll see you at some point next week. I'm not sure when. Not tomorrow. I don't think. No, not tomorrow. I got too much to do. But I will absolutely see you at some point this week. And I thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. This was fun. Betty, girl, put your chaps away. I'm done. We're not going to be I say that, but I can't. It's not good to be that angry. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I will see you at some point during this week. And I'm going to go and get my new bed. Oh my God, I cannot wait to get in that bed. My back cannot wait to get in that bed. I will report back on my findings when next we meet. All right, pussycats. Have a good weekend. Be safe. I will see you next week. Bye.